it can't get bigger than this that I'm sitting right now with the incumbent Chief Minister of Karnataka, Mr. Bommai, with just about a few days to go for the big elections. Mr. Bommai, 3 days to go for the big elections. BJP's battle of prestige. You today are going to Kanakpura, that is the home turf of Congress President of Karnataka, D.K. Shiv Kumar. What's the message that you want to give to this man today?
No, we are going to win, basically. There is a huge swing towards BJP, and especially on the arrival of the Prime Minister. He has swayed the entire votes towards BJP.
Right.
But however, we are serious with each and every constituency.
Right.
We don't want to give up any of the constituency. That's the message I want to give.
To D.K. Shiv Kumar as well?
I mean, I'm come to Kanakpura.
Right. Uh, I have followed your career over the past 15 years or so, ever since I've been in the journalism as well. Your father was one of the stalwarts. I followed his career as well in the union government. You have one of the rare combinations of a father-son who has been the CM, just like Kumaraswamy and his father, Mr. Devegowda. What sort of memories that you have of your father, because these are very emotional moments for you to go into the election and seek re-election for your state and for the BJP. Destinies always say that the fathers go on to pass talent. Your father was a lawyer. He went on to serve as the union HRD minister, became the CM. He was a lawyer, and you were an engineer as well. Education was passed on to you as well in Hubballi. क्या आपको वो मेमोरीज हैं जो आपके बड़े दिल के करीब हैं आज अपने फादर की, एसएन बोम्मई साहब की, जो अभी याद आती हैं और इस इलेक्शन में आपको बड़ी इमोशनल कर देती हैं?
My father was a very loving person. In spite of his hectic career, he loved the children, he gave time to the family, and he stood for principles. He was in opposition for almost 20-25 years, but he never once thought to cross over for a sake of power or anything. He was a very principled man. Second, the knowledge about law was tremendous to him. So his thinking was always in terms of righteousness and always lawful. The one incident I remember is two incidents I remember.
Right.
One is I had a argument with him, not a fight, argument with him. Then I realized that I was wrong. So I went and apologized to him. Then he said, this happens when you are young, rush of blood. So two things you have to do so that you are cool. One is you have to read a lot of books. Second one is you have to listen to the others what they say. That's very important. From that day my life has changed. The second incident is when his government was on the urge of falling because of the defections, there was an offer for a compromise.
Right.
But however, he did not. So he stood very firmly on his principles.
Ji.
And for him, power was not like something where he has to really show off or enjoy. Power is a very serious matter where he has to serve the people. So these are the few fundamentals which I have learned from my father.
Right. I also see that you are one of those rare ministers who generally don't carry the aura and the arrogance of a powerful politician. I have seen you wearing regular kurta and regular slippers. In fact, you wear your Rudraksh, which is often very visible as a symbol, which is any proud moment for any Hindu as well. कितना आज आपको गर्व होता है कि आप एक पार्टी के लिए, उस पार्टी के लिए खड़े हैं जो हिंदुत्व के लिए अपने आइडियल्स को सामने रखती है, और एक तरफ वो पार्टी रही जहाँ पे अपीजमेंट रही मुस्लिम्स की. तो आपको आज अपना कितना गर्व होता है अगर मैं रुद्राक्ष की माला देखूं और आपके गले में?
See, Rudraksh is there from my childhood. Nothing to do with politics. This is what we believe very strongly in our devotion, in our spirituality and culture. However, as far as your second part of your question, BJP is basically a nationalist party, and there is place for everybody. However, there is no place for appeasement, and that puts BJP differently from others.
Right.
And BJP says always nation first. So whether we are in power or out of power, we don't compromise as far as our national interest is.
Correct.
So that's how I feel very proud to be part of BJP, and I feel that it is the only BJP and BJP which can write a future of this country. And being part of that journey itself is a great experience.
I've also followed your government since 2021 when you became the Chief Minister. I have seen many big ticket infra projects coming in here. I remember I was here last year. Semicon was conducted by Rajiv Chandrasekhar ji. You were here to address that as well. IT industry is something that you have put focus on. Investors Summit is something that you have put focus on. I have seen mega big ticket infrastructure, for example, the new airport terminal which arrived by Vistara Airlines 2 days ago. For me, it was a fascinating experience to land in Karnataka from the national capital of Delhi and see this magnificent terminal which has come up. Personally, आपके लिए अगर मैं कहूँ तो which is the most satisfactory moment in the last 2.5 years or so, कि अगर मैं development की बात करूँ, which are the big projects that are close to your heart that you were showcasing in this campaign as well?
See, basically, mobility is a very important factor for development. Bangalore-Mysore superhighway is one of the most important linkage. It is not only between Bangalore-Mysore, it connects south to north. Similarly, a 6-lane from Bangalore to up to Belgaum, which has brought in tremendous economic impact. And the third development which has been brought in is ports. We are expanding both Mangalore and Karwar port. We are building new ports. This is a major development. And in terms of major development, we have been number one in innovation and we are number one in FDI. So lot of multinational companies, for example in aerospace,
Correct.
we manufacture every part of an aeroplane.
Right.
So my dream is that we should have a manufacturing center here to manufacture aeroplane. That day I'll be the most happy person.
Excellent. I also see that you seem to be very troubled, and after the election commission has hit out at DK Shiv Kumar for carrying out that infamous campaign in some of the newspapers where they of course refer you as pay CM and then took out the rate card. From your appearance or from your lifestyle, you do not come across as a chief minister who can be accused of corruption. How pained do you feel when such accusations are made? How troubled do you feel when such accusations are flown at you?
See, certainly it pains, but I take it in my stride because the allegations, I take it very seriously. But who has said it, that is more important.
You mean to the man
Yeah.
who has shown the wealth of 1400 crore,
Yes.
DK Shiv Kumar?
And no, it is not only him, the entire Congress party.
But it is said that DK Shiv Kumar's wealth has risen by 40%, which is enormous considering the fact for a man who was sitting out in the opposition, if he has declared assets worth 1400 crore and the investigations are going on.
For congressmen, it doesn't make any difference being in opposition or in ruling. They will always try to make money, swindle money and siphon money. So they have got different tactics which no other party can have. Secondly, Congress party hand is blackened by corruption during Siddaramaiah time. There was corruption in all front. And they were completely supporting the corrupt people correct officers and defending them. There was a police recruitment scam. The DIG was booked, but till he retired, only FIR was done, no inquiry was done. Whereas in our case, we only started the inquiry, we have arrested ADGP and put him in the jail.
Correct.
That's the difference.
Right.
And the way these people have tried to weaken the Lokayukta, which is a forefront constitutional body, it shows that they want to shield the corrupt people, and including themselves.
Correct.
So if these people make allegation, and that's why I have challenged, is there any one single case against me? Forget case, is there any one charge against me? Is there any particular thing which they can say that yes, here is a...
So why do you think they're just targeting you?
It is a part of their political smear campaign. From last 1 year, they're trying to do this.
I also see that in the last 2.5 years of your government, you had a very emotive issue to handle with, such as hijab. The Karnataka High Court upheld your government's position that symbols should never be made part. And of course, there's a movie which has just come out a few days back, which Prime Minister has also invoked, the Kerala story. I went down to interview the director, the producer, and the star cast, and they felt very strongly that the fact is that in southern part of India, ISIS had invaded and made these invasions and were trying to woo gullible, innocent women, whichever the religion they may come from, Hinduism or Christianity, and the forceful conversion had taken place. So in these circumstances...
See, this was said by none other than Oman Kendi, the former Chief Minister of Kerala, on the floor of the House. He has told 2012, long back. They said every year more than 25,000 young women are converted and got married, and they'll be recruited by ISI in the Middle East.
Right.
And this is on record. And it is there in Karnataka and Kerala, not only in Kerala. He mentioned that in these two states. Still, the Congress Chief Minister himself has said it. But the whole Congress doesn't even look at it. They want to look the other side, and they want to deny it, and they want to ban the whole thing. That means for them, the political gains are very important. And they do this appeasement politics to the hilt. Now, the banning Bajrang Dal was a part of PFI and SDPI demand. Now, SDP and PFI is controlling the Congress. And that is their demand to ban Bajrang Dal. That's why they did this adventure.
But Mr. Bommai, I also want to understand, I mean, for years we have seen terrorism emerging from even Karnataka. Bhatkal was one of the spots, the biggest terror spots where the Indian Mujahideen terror outfit emerged from. I was present in Delhi at that time working for a TV channel when the terror attacks took place in Delhi's high posh areas to the courts, and the links were to Indian Mujahideen. So what more proof do the political parties want, and is your government in future, if you are going to win this election, going to take more steps to ensure such...
See, we already, as a Home Minister, I handled the Bhatkal issue. And with the help of Government of India, NIA, we are able to nab the most important kingpins in that, and sleeper cells. We have busted a lot of sleeper cells in that area along the coast. We have put more than 15 terrorists in Tihar jail. So we know it, and we can handle it, and we are at it. That's why there is no such incident after Modi ji coming back as a Prime Minister. Earlier there was incident every 3 months. There is a bomb blast here, there, Hyderabad, Chennai, Coimbatore, Bangalore, Mumbai, everywhere you could see that. Because of the attitude of the then government, that is UPA, Congress-led UPA government, appeasement politics. They let go at the cost of the nation. And the arrival of Modi has stopped everything such nonsense. There is no place, and if anybody is trying to do, is put behind the bars.
Right. So one last question. I believe, of course, you're going to be traveling back and forth in the next 3 days, 72 hours to go for the elections. How excited you are, and what is the number that you're looking for the final tally?
No, I've been traveling for last 3.5 months, exhaustively, right, left, center in Karnataka, and there is a clean wave of BJP. We're going to have will cross the magic figure plus 10.
So that was the Chief Minister of Karnataka speaking to us on his way to Kanakpura with his Minister R. Ashok, and he seems pretty confident of winning the elections and coming back to power yet again.
For such fine news breaks and video features from ground on your mobile phones, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, The New Indian, by clicking on the bell icon. Also, follow us on the social media handles on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook and Co.